I think what's interesting about the Crossroads community is that we have so many fabulous, dynamic entrepreneurs and creative people. And I think we all decided pretty early the value of the creative force, quite early. And our spaces, we had such a blank slate. We were really lucky in the sense that so much of our building was, so much of our neighborhood was abandoned, that we could make some pretty significant statements in a way in which we could really create a personality. And we had terrific architects and owners that had partnerships that I think they created spaces that were fun, that people really wanted to come to and be a part of, both to live and to work and to play. Some of our just beautiful but very plain buildings just magically turned into unique special spaces. And I can think of the partnership between David Dow and Brad Nicholson in the redevelopment of an abandoned building that was the old TWA building that became the Barclay building. And gosh, a really tough building was the Crossroads Hotel. And that was Pendergast's old building that had been abandoned for 25, 30, maybe even 35 years. And it was all wood and stick and dark and deep and transformed to be in a really special space. And Helix, I mean, they did a great job. People love to come down on First Fridays and just look around at that all transformed. And so I think a partnership for quality with creative people and owners, especially in those days, that were willing to take a risk. It became a neighborhood where it was really fun to be in.
What keeps it sustaining now?
Say it again.
What keeps that energy sustained?
Keeps it going?
Yeah. I mean,
that's a good question.
That was what was transformative about it then.
Yes.
But that
and
was
what keeps
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Why has it persevered?
I still think it's the same reason. I think we attract people who are interested in ideas and creativity, and whether we are the neighborhood of the business of the arts. So people who come down here, whether they're great chefs or they're tech people, thrive in an atmosphere that really relates to who they are right now. I mean, Vince has done just an extraordinary job of transforming industrial buildings into today's business environment. And so it is a respect for the historic architecture, but the blending of a new definition of how you need to do business today. We've been able to move our ideas and assimilate that kind of talent.
Good stuff.
I think that needs to be said. It's because it's so much beyond just my relationship with them, but it's what they brought to it. You know, Sherry said about it in her interview that she was on her track creating a business and a gallery. And it was really interesting when you said to her, what did it feel like to be the first? Remember that? And she said, there was no first. I mean, who knew there was going to be a second or a third or any of that? Thought that was really kind of an interesting point, that it really was. She was just doing her job as well as she could do it, and it worked, you know.
Very cool.